Warning: this video contains super awesome content not suitable for people who don't enjoy super awesomeness.
Today I'm breaking down every setting in Delta Force Mobile, from aim and movement to the best HUD and sensitivity setups, and even how to fix lag. I've got you covered with everything you need to tweak to play at your best. Just a quick heads up though, I'll be explaining everything in detail because these are the settings that work for me, but you might need to adjust them a bit depending on your playstyle. So yeah, let's get straight into the setting. Alright, first things first, let's talk about switching between operations and warfare modes. It's super simple. All you have to do is just tap the switch mode tab at the top of your screen, and boom, from here you can switch to the other mode. Right, next up, let's break down the basic tab. Starting off with aim assist, just turn it on, no debate here. It will help your shots stick better, especially in close quarter fights. Then scope magnification adapts automatically. Keep this on. What it does is anytime you're using scopes less than 3x, it increases your field of view while scoped in. Like right here, you can see this caution sign clearly with it on, but if you turn it off, the sign disappears, meaning less FOV, and you already know more FOV equals better awareness. Then for the firing mode, there are two things here. First, quick ADS and fire. This is for players who have a fire button at the bottom of their screen. If you want your gun to scope in automatically when you tap the fire button, then keep this on. Me personally, I'm a 4-finger claw player and I don't even use a bottom fire button, so yeah, I turn this off. Next is the main firing mode setting. If you want your shotgun or sniper to fire only when you release the button, go with release. But if you want that instant shot, the second you tap the button, select tap. That's what I use. It's quick and it's super responsive. Anyway, now onto perspective. Super simple here. Max out your FOV slider. It makes your movement feel faster and gives you more screen space to spot enemies. Now let's move on to the real mechanics. Now on the basic combat settings, we have ADS mode. You've got three choices: press, hold and hybrid. Press means your scope still stays open until you tap it again. Hold means it only scopes while your finger's still on it, and hybrid is literally just a mix. I personally go with hold, that way I'm not accidentally stuck, zoomed in during a gunfight. And yeah, the ADS interrupted upon reloading. This only matters if you use press mode over here, and if you're in ADS and start reloading, it kicks you out of the scope. Doesn't affect me with hold turned on, so don't even stress it if you're using hold. As for the sprint interrupts reloading, I turn this off because I want to be able to dip out, or fight and escape while still reloading. If it's on, sprinting cancels your reload, not the best option in intense situations. Then sprint interrupts healing, also off. I don't like my healing, getting cancelled just because I moved a little. Again, I prefer full manual control over automatic stuff. Now, reload interrupted by firing. Now this is interesting. If it's off, you just keep reloading no matter what. If it's set to reload, you can tap the reload button to cancel the reloading. If fire interrupt is on, then the reload cancels when you tap the shoot button, and hybrid, which I use, combines the both, giving you the most flexibility, either the reload button or the fire button. Now auto hold breath when ADS with sniper rifle, absolutely turn this on. It steadies your aim while scoped in, and if it's off, you can see your gun sway from your breathing, which messes with your accuracy. So yeah, leave that on for cleaner snipes. And finally, in the throw and play section, just tap the little question mark, gadgets 1, 2 and warfare gadgets, and check what's written here. As for the throw styles, carried means you hold the gadgets before throwing. Quick throw means it launches immediately when your finger leaves the button. So yeah, this one's just personal preference. I keep mine on default, but feel free to test what feels best for you. Alright, let's move into the basic control tab. This one's all about your character movements. So first up is lean. Always turn this on, especially if you like playing from cover. It allows you to peek without fully exposing your body, which is a huge advantage in tight gunfights. Now on the lean peek mode, you've got three styles: press, hold and hybrid. I personally go with hold because it gives me full control. If I want to lean, I lean, and when I let go, I'm back to normal. Hybrid's kind of cool if you like a mix, but honestly just test out and see what feels right for you. Then there's lean peek auto ADS. I'm not a fan of this. It scopes in automatically when you peek, and while it sounds useful, it just messes up my timing, so I leave it off. Same with ADS lean peek. It's cool in theory, like it will auto peek if you're near cover and your scope is open, but again it feels a bit too automatic, so I turn it off. But if you're new to the peaking mechanic, maybe try it out for a while and see if you are comfortable with it. Moving on to gyroscope, now I keep this always on because I play full gyro, so I need that motion control no matter what. If you only want gyro when you ADS, you can pick that, but for me, always on just feels better. Oh, and reverse gyro, nah, that thing is just absolutely weird. Tilting your phone down makes your aim go up, and you know, the opposite. Nah, I'm good. If you're new to gyro, do not use reverse gyro, it's freaking weird, okay? And yeah, camera turning settings, I turn most of this off, to be honest. I don't need buttons rotating my screen for no reason. The only one I use is lean turning, so I can still swipe and look around while holding the peak button. That's just my setup though. Feel free to mess around with, you know, the settings that are here. Now for some extra movement settings on the basic controls, running interrupts, crouch and prone, turn this off. You don't want your character randomly standing up and sprinting just cause you push, you know, the joystick button a little bit too far. Trust me, it's gonna get you killed every time you try to move forward while crouch or while in prone. And yeah, silent mode, I go with the button option here because it gives you a separate button to toggle silent walking in operations mode, which is very important. The other options are alright, but the button gives you full control, and I like knowing exactly when I'm going quiet. And also tactical sprint activation, definitely use activate with stick. This makes sure, you know, you're always sprinting when you push your stick fully forward, especially in warfare mode where speed is everything. And dive, this is one of the best movement tools in the game. Turn this on. If you're sprinting and hits prone, your character does a dolphin dive. You can use it to dodge bullets, push aggressively, or get behind cover quickly. It has really saved me so many times. Auto parachute, I keep this on just in case. You're probably not parachuting much in warfare mode, but it doesn't hurt to have it on. Quick weapon switch, I personally didn't turn this on, but you can definitely turn this on too. You know, it adds a small button to quickly swap weapons. You can turn this on, but me personally, I keep it off. And sensitivity transition mode, this one's low-key important. I go with gradual. This means when you ADS, your sensitivity smoothly shifts from your normal camera sensitivity to your scope sensitivity. It just feels more natural. Instant works too, but gradual is just better for how Delta Force is. Then airborne mantle behavior, I prefer activate with jump. Basically, when you're mid-air and you want to climb a ledge, you have to tap jump again. It gives you way more freedom and avoids those awkward auto climbs that you didn't mean to do. Last one, separate jump button mode. I keep this off. I don't like too many buttons crowding my screen, and having one jump button for everything just keeps things clean. But if you want to have a separate button for vaulting or mantling, turn it on and pick button only. Alright, now let's dive into the control tab, specifically the HUD layout. So first off, I'll show you guys my HUD, nothing too crazy, but I'll walk you through a few of the buttons that might look a little confusing if you're just setting yours up. Now in this section, you've got two different layouts, one for operations and one for warfare. But here's the cool part, if you don't want to redesign both from scratch, just hit the sync button and boom, it's copy over your layout from one to the other, saves you time. Now when it comes to the movements, let's talk about joystick settings real quick. For the smoothest control, shrink your joystick all the way down to the smallest size first, then drag your sprint and tactical buttons as far down as they go. Once those are placed, enlarge your joystick until the top edge just reaches the top of your sprint button. That layout makes sprinting super easy and automatic when you push your joystick forward, no stress. Now onto a few buttons that might look confusing. This little icon right here, that's your scope adjuster. You're only gonna need this if you're using a scope, you know, that has multiple zoom levels or sights. Let's say you're using a hybrid sight, you know, that has different scopes on it. Tap that button to switch between their different views. Then you've got the flashlight or laser toggle button. This one is important in operations mode where you might need, you know, to hide your flashlight, to turn off your flashlight or hide your laser pointer, so you could just tap the button and it's gonna go off, you know. And also this is the quick melee button. It's super useful in close combat. If you're right behind the enemy and you press it, you can actually also execute them, which is both satisfying and useful if you don't want to make any noise. But yeah, that's basically all the stuff that might look confusing at first. I mean, it looked pretty confusing to me, so I just wanted to clear it out. But yeah, everything else is pretty self-explanatory. explanatory. And if there's any other button or control that you're still not sure about, please don't hesitate, join my Discord server, links in the description. Tag me in a message with your question and I'll help you out directly. And if you want to try out my layouts, the code is here on the screen. Feel free to copy it and adjust it to fit your own playstyle. Alright, so let's move over to the gameplay tab. Now for operations mode, everything in here is mostly preference based, meaning you can tweak it however fits your playstyle. Now sliding over to the warfare mode settings, let's talk about the minimap real quick. One thing here is the rotating perspective. You want to turn this on if you like your minimap to rotate and match the direction your character is facing. It makes it easier to navigate when you're moving around, especially in fast-paced fights. If you're someone who prefers a static map where the north is always up, then you can leave it off. Totally personal, but for me, having that rotation just helps me stay more aware of what's happening around me, especially when I'm pushing squads or trying to predict where the enemies are. Outside of that, just copy the rest of the minimap settings that I have on the screen, and yeah, that's if you want a clean look and feel. Right now, let's talk about the graphics and sound, especially for my people who want the smoothest gameplay with low lag. First off, just set your graphics quality to smooth. Trust me, this is the best balance between performance and visibility. Then in this section, go ahead and turn off all the extra effects like shadows, reflections, literally everything. Your game will run way better. Now here's a key tip, head over to the download center, and if you see anything like HD resources, do not download them. Unless you're running a strong device, it just makes your game heavier for no reason. You don't see it on my screen because I've already downloaded it and my phone can run it at a stable rate. But if you're not sure about your phone's performance, please just skip it. Another stuff, always clear your game's cache before launching it. It frees up memory and helps your game run smoother. All you have to do is go over to your phone settings, go to apps, and then look for the game and just clear the cache. For the sound settings, if your phone supports Dolby Atmos, make sure you turn that on. It makes your game sounds cleaner and way more immersive. So yeah, that's pretty much all my settings for Delta Force Mobile. Hopefully this helped you either fine-tune your gameplay or just give you a better idea of what's what. If you've got your own favorite settings or something different that works better for you, drop it in the comments. I'd love to see what y'all are using. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the Discord server if you want more tips, help, or just want to chill with the community. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.